If you've ever fallen down a YouTube rabbit hole of acoustic covers, and let's be real, who hasn't, then you've definitely come across the giant that is the live lounge. It seems like every artist, from the biggest stars on the planet to brand new acts, wants a spot in that famous studio. But have you ever really stopped and asked yourself, why?
I mean, in a world that's just swimming in music content, what is it about the live lounge that just grabs us? Why do millions of us tune in every single time to see our favorite artists cover another artist's song? Well, that's what we're going to figure out. We're going to break down the secret sauce behind our obsession.
So what is this secret formula? Well, it turns out there's a classic idea from media studies that explains it perfectly. And the core idea is this: we aren't just empty vessels soaking up content. Nope, we're actively choosing to watch for very specific reasons. And that idea is called the uses and gratifications theory. Now, don't let the fancy name fool you. It's actually super simple. It basically says that we, the audience, are in the driver's seat. We pick and choose our media, like the live lounge, to satisfy some really specific and sometimes even subconscious needs. According to this theory, pretty much all of those needs fall into 4 big categories. You can think of them as the 4 main reasons we ever press play: to figure out who we are, to learn something new, to just escape and have some fun, and of course to connect with other people. So let's see how the live lounge absolutely nails every single one of these. Okay, so first up, personal identity. This one's all about how we use media to explore, understand, and kind of double down on who we are as people. And music, well, music has always been a crazy powerful way to do exactly that.
And this is where the live lounge just shines. We might see the artists as role models who feel, relatable. They're navigating the same world we are. And the show itself, with that BBC stamp of approval, curates this incredible range of artists that really reflects what modern culture actually looks like. It makes us feel seen, but the big one is this: it lets us signal who we are through our music taste, right? Maybe loving that stripped-back, kind of raw acoustic cover says way more about you than liking the original pop hit.
So yeah, when we're watching the live lounge, we're doing more than just listening. We're subconsciously reinforcing that feeling. We're finding music that gets us, that reflects our values, and just feels like us. But it's not all about deep personal identity stuff. The show is also a master at satisfying 2 other needs at the exact same time: our need for new information and our craving for good old-fashioned entertainment. Now, those 2 might sound like total opposites, but somehow the live lounge just blends them together perfectly. So on the one hand, we're gathering information, right? The interviews give us these awesome little windows into the creative process. We discover artists we've never heard of, and our music taste gets a little bit broader. But on the other hand, we're just there for a good time. That informal, feel-good vibe is the perfect escape. And let's be honest, there's that little thrill of novelty, of hearing an artist do a totally unexpected cover. It's smart, and it's also just plain fun. And that brings us to the final and maybe the most powerful piece of this whole puzzle: social interaction. We're social animals, right? We have this fundamental need to connect with each other over things we all experience together.
And the live lounge is an absolute masterclass in creating this. I mean, just think about it. A huge performance drops, and what's the first thing that happens? Social media just explodes. We're sharing the link, we're dropping comments, we're tagging our friends. It instantly becomes this shared cultural moment, a talking point. And that's all by design, even the way the presenters talk. With that warm, conversational tone, it makes you feel like you're part of the club. At the end of the day, it just gives us something to talk about. It's that classic water cooler conversation, just for the digital age. The show doesn't just give us content, it gives us fuel for our friendships and connections.
So when you put all 4 of those needs together, that's personal identity, information, entertainment, and social interaction, you start to see the whole picture. The wild success of the live lounge, it is not an accident. It is absolutely by design. It's because the show has become this incredibly powerful and versatile tool. We literally use it. We use it to build our identities, to learn about music, to get away from it all for a few minutes, and to connect with the people in our lives. It is so much more than just a performance. And that really leaves us with one final thought. Think about your favorite show or that YouTube channel you're obsessed with. Why do you actually watch it? What deep, fundamental needs is it satisfying for you? The answer? Well, it might just surprise you. Thanks for watching.